Greetings. See you around.
Hello. Safe travels.
What are you looking for? Light bless you.
You need something? Have a good one. See you later. Good day to you. See you around.
What can I do for you? Go with honor, friend. Well met. Be careful.
Hey Archer, what time? How's it going? It is 3:31 a.m. I couldn't sleep, so having a hard time sleeping. So I figured we'd play some World of Warcraft. I'm debating going down to get hit rating, which I normally don't do on my melee hunters. Yeah, on the melee hunter builds, I typically go into beast mastery now. But what we could do, but I'm missing so much, my hit rating, but still it's like not that big a deal. I wonder if I went all in on sure-footedness. I wonder if I can take out Yowler. I don't think I have any rings currently, so getting a ring would be useful. Got a crappy cloak. I still have quite a few. Well, I have a lot of gear that's pretty awful.
Light be with you for the Alliance.
Ooh, is this? No, it's main hand. Damn it. 8. It's a nice sword, but man, it's main hand, so it's not as good.
Be careful.
Help you find something? Go with honor, friend. Lovely.
Level up my staff skill here.
Lovely.
Help you find something? Farewell. Greetings. Safe travels.
Hey there. Have a good one.
Hello. See you around.
I think I might go and push the hit rating first. We'll try it out. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to push down and go for full hit rating. Let's take a look, actually. You can see my miss chance right now is 8%, which is really high. It's so hard to go down because, I mean, it's literally like 5 talent points. So if I don't go this way and I go right to BM, I'd be already 1 point into Thick Hide. Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it. We can always respec. It's tough respecing on self-found because you don't have a lot of money, so respecing can really hit the pocketbook. This guild's pretty active. When you look at more than half the people in this guild out of 736 guild members have logged in within the past day. That's actually really good. This guild's very active. It's more of a social leveling guild, though. Not too much of a raiding guild, but that's fine by me. This is just a self-found character, and nice to have some nice people to chat with while you're leveling.
Need help?
I don't know if I want to do the Green Ward. Nah, I don't think so. It's too much running. Let's just knock out. If I have Discover. Alright, cool.
Lovely.
So we get Immolation Trap rank 2. Okay, cool. So when we hit 26, we get Emo Trap rank 2. So grab that after we finish these quests and head to Darkshire. Who resisted my trap? Oh, he's just gonna aggro the whole place, isn't he? The padding was kind of wonky there. Just pulled like 5 Murlocs. Hey, what's up, Sosa? How's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. It's good. I think so. I've always felt like it was weird because I was playing hardcore non-self-found, Evade, we got evade, okay. Yeah, what's the And I got stuck in the whole like saving up gold to buy the best items off the auction house and just trying to get the perfect gear and all that kind of crap. And then you go back into self-found and all that stuff goes out the window. And what you're doing is just trying to survive, and you're like hoping you get like a good drop, You're hoping maybe you'll get lucky and get a good drop, but it's a completely different mindset, you know, and I actually enjoy it a lot more. So I think self-found is more, to me, it's more enjoyable than regular. Because the other thing too, you're not worried about money as much. You're not worried about trying to grind out gold. Because you just don't care about that. Because you can't use the auction house. So what's the point? You know, it's not like you're gonna buy anything. You know. I mean, honestly, I end up spending most of my gold on just bank slots. It's like bag space is where most of my gold goes. You know, buying like 10 slot bags, or buying new slots in the bank. Because you can't use the mailbox, so inventory is a real problem. You know, because normally I use the mail system to just, you know, create a bunch of bank alts and mail all my extra gear to my bank alts. But I can't do that, so now I vendor everything. Like all the greens I get that I can't use, I just vendor. You know, you're vendoring all this, so much stuff that you normally wouldn't, because it would be useful for like maybe other alts that you have or whatever. So yeah, I really like it. Yeah, it's funny. Cargos actually responded to one of my texts, which, you know, Cargos used to respond to my texts back in the day, but then he just kind of disappeared from the. He kind of disappeared from the game, to be honest. He kind of disappeared from WoW. I think he just started focusing on life stuff, you know. And but he responded to one of my texts I'd sent him. You know, I know plus he's got a kid, yeah, but he's focusing on like businesses. He's one of those. He's trying to be more like an entrepreneur, but yeah, I mean, his wife, he's married. His wife had a kid, all that kind of stuff, and who knows? Maybe he got pressure from the. It could be that he got pressure from the. Well, we don't know, but I mean, I know because I've been, you know, I had a kid before, so I know what it's like to have a newborn, and obviously you know, you have responsibilities. So it's possible his wife put the smack down and said, "No more WoW. You got to spend time with the kid." Who knows? You know, it's possible. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. I'm actually pretty excited for Kata. I'm excited for doing battle rounds. You know, I like battlegrounds. I'm excited for PvP again, and I'm sure at some point on Cataclysm I'll do a hardcore. I'll do like a hardcore run in Kata, which is going to be insane, right? Because although maybe not, maybe Kata will be really easy. I don't know, but the thing about hardcore that's difficult is doing stuff you're not familiar with. I mean, I can level characters up in hardcore pretty safely because I know the game so well and I know the quests and I know where the dangers reside. But trying to do it when you don't know where the dangers reside, that's where it gets difficult. You know, that's where it's hard. And so yeah, doing Cat, it's like I'm not even gonna remember. I won't even remember most of the quests because I haven't played Cat that much. I played a little bit on the private server, White Main, just like very little, like literally like 15 levels. So yeah, not knowing the quests and everything. Oh my, because I know I leveled up. And the other thing too is I'll probably do a Worgen, and man, somebody's attacking me here. Oh, this guy's level 29. Yeah, I don't want to fight a 29 Murloc. But yeah, like I'm sure I probably died. I'm not sure if I did or not when I leveled up a new character on the Cataclysm White Mane when I did a Worgen, but doing the Worgen quest, I mean, yeah, there's a good chance that straight up just die doing those new quests because you're not familiar with them. So that would be really, really fun. I've always wanted to do a hardcore leveling series on like on Wrath of the Lich King or Cat or one of the later expansions, not like vanilla. Hey. So definitely looking forward to that. I think that would be really cool. might. You mean they might scale the old world or something? I hope that they make some changes to Kata like that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That would require that. Are you trying to say that they maybe scaled up some of the old content so that it's kind of like Go Wars 2-ish, so you could actually, you know, I'm guessing that's what you mean. Okay, yeah, that would be really cool if they do. I mean, and cool for a couple of reasons, because it'll spread the players out, so it won't be quite so crowded. Because we know Cataclysm will be, I don't care what anybody says, Cataclysm will be it'll be very popular. And one of the reasons I say it'll be very popular is there's a pretty consistent player base on the white main server, on the private server for Cataclysm. You know, and especially when it first came out, I mean, there's a, you know, it's not like a ton, but there's enough people that I've seen play consistently on private. Oops, am I done? I'm done. There's enough people that have played consistently on private server catas that would be enough to fill up an entire like realm. You know, like there'd be enough player base for an entire realm. And then you're gonna have all the other people that are playing like hardcore. I think a lot of people that are playing classic like Wrath are definitely gonna go to Kata. There's still quite a few people playing classic Wrath of Lich King, and then you have all the people that are playing Season Discovery. Whether or not they'll leave Season Discovery for Cataclysm Classic, I don't really know. I'm sure some of them will. It really comes down to how much fun are they having. But the biggest thing that you have to remember is that Season of Discovery isn't really about, like, it's gated content. And I think that one of the things that probably hurts Season Discovery in a lot of ways is that it is gated, I think. You know? Because people can only go to a certain level and then they just kind of stuck, you know? They're like, well, what do I do now? You know, which I've always thought that was just... I've never been a fan of that, and I feel like they did it because they needed time to get the other stuff ready. I just feel like I feel like Season Discovery was such a rush project. Like, it was never 100% ready. They're just like, well, if we gate it and just release what we have done now. And you can even see that the balancing was never tested. They never tested the balancing of all the abilities and stuff. And the classes were wildly imbalanced. The PvP event was crappy. There's so much shit that was just poorly designed, in my opinion. So Cataclysm, that's not the case. And Cataclysm is designed very well. The PvP balance in Cataclysm is actually one of the better expansions. And the classes are still fairly, you know, the talent trees are still fairly good. I don't think Cataclysm... Yeah, Cataclysm, it wasn't until Mists of Pandaria where they introduced the really, really shitty talent system, right? Where they did that crappy shit where you're like, oh, you know, every so many levels you pick, like, I can't remember how it worked, but, you know, it was crappy. It was like that really bad talent system. It wasn't like this talent system. It was like bars, like levels. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but we haven't gotten to that shitty talent system yet in Kata, so it was still the old talent system, which is great. And the dungeons in Kata, actually, what they did with the dungeons in Kata is they actually tuned them. They're actually tuned more difficult. Like, so if you played Wrath of the Lich King dungeons, like, for example, like Draktharian Keep, or some of like the, you know, the entry level dungeons, they're actually easier than the Cataclysm dungeons. The Cataclysm dungeons are actually more difficult. It kind of harkens back to when you actually needed to CC. Like, you couldn't just tank and spake everything. It was actually, so that was actually really refreshing. So you've got the dungeons being tuned a little bit more difficult. You've got PvP being pretty balanced in Cataclysm. You've introduced the Wargame, which I think is a really cool race, right? And so it's just a lot of cool things I thought in Kata. I mean, I think the biggest reason people didn't like Kata was because they changed the map and they changed the world and they wiped away a lot of the old quests. A lot of the quests that people think about it. You've got people who've played all the way through Vanilla, Burning Crusade.
King's honor, friend. For the Alliance. Go with honor, friend.
This look like. People leveled all the way through Vanilla and the Burning Crusade knowing certain quests, like certain paths to leveling, and then you take that away from them. You basically get rid of a lot of the quests. A lot of stuff changed, so people couldn't really just play the game the way they were used to playing. Which, there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't think Blizzard underestimated. Oh yeah, this is why the staff was so good, because it was Because it was so slow. Yeah. Need Spirit 1 Strength. Or we could go with the 6 Stamina, 1 Agility.
Be careful.
So yeah, I think, messing up people's familiarity with some of the old world quests and stuff, the way they read, and then plus the map. I think a lot of people really didn't care for the map. I was one of those people. I was not a fan of the map redesign. I didn't like the way they changed the map. There was a few instances where the changes were good, but in most instances I thought changes to the map were bad.
Hey there. Have a good one. Need help? Safe travels.
Yeah, Noma's a raid, yeah. Yeah, Noma's a raid didn't sound too exciting. I agree. I mean, I thought like maybe Scarlet Monastery as a raid could be interesting. Black Fathom Death as a raid I thought also was kind of a poor choice. I wasn't too excited about that. So yeah, I think, and also there was one thing in Cataclysm. I mean, I liked. There was actually the Cataclysm PvP zone, which I really liked. And the reason I liked the Cataclysm PvP zones was they had daily quests, and this is when I first started doing like what would be like kind of daily quests. Like I really never got into daily quests that much, and I guess I did, but I remember. I think is it Buried in Hold? Is that what it was called? Let's see. Tolbarad. So Tolbarad is what I'm thinking of, right? Now here's a video from 13 years ago on Cataclysm Classic, right?
PvP area. Let's tell you a little bit of history about Tolbarad, because a lot of people might not know what this area actually is.
Look at the quality of the video. Wow. Here we go.
So most of the info we have regarding the backstory of Tolbarad is from not necessarily non-canon sources, but let's just say third-party sources. We're looking at a novel called Day of the Dragon by Richard A. Knack, and also a source book for the World of Warcraft RPG called Lands of Conflict.
Interesting. This guy's really going into the lore. What do you mean Total Biscuit Rip? You had no... What's Total Biscuit? Is that what she called Tolbarad? Total Biscuit? You didn't like Tolbarad?
What's on your mind?
How
See
are
you
ya?
soon.
Safe travels.
I liked
Got a
Tolbarad.
bite?
Why do you say Rip? I'm not familiar with him. He passed away? Wow, I did not know that. He did, yeah, okay, I'm not familiar with him. I'm not familiar with Total Biscuit. But it's interesting in this video he was talking about some like of the lore around Tolbarad. But Tolbarad, like, what I liked about Tolbarad, let's see if we can get a part. Yeah, see this part of the map here. What I liked about Tolbarad, this zone, was that you would go into this zone. He had really good content creator. Cancer, oh that sucks, dude. I had no idea. What? Oh, you never played Kata? So what was cool about this zone? Like I don't know if I have. I've got Kata, the private server. I've got the client, but oh man, maybe I should. I mean, I'm tempted to level up a character on Kata just to show people kind of like,
Welcome.
just to get refamiliarized with some of the content.
Watch your back.
Here, let's. Oh man, it's so no one's really watching this stream, so it probably wouldn't be too big a deal to do it. But you've never played Kata. So here, let's check this out. So if you go into, let's see. The other thing that we're going to want to do is, let's see. Well, first, let me do a couple things here. Let's go options. Windowed full screen, apply. The other thing I want to do is, let's take a look at okay, so this is E Cataclysm. Let's set up, actually that's the wrong one. Is there a new version of Reshade? So we're going to pull up Reshade. What's the current version? Oh, it's 6. Here, let's download this one. Okay, so we do have this. All right, let's run this. And now I'm going to go to here. Next. I'm going to guess it's this. I hope. I don't know. Oh, wow. They actually have you can actually pick the stuff right in the installer. That's pretty cool. Normally, you can't do it here. Type of sharp ambient light. Denoise. That's cool. They let you pick it right there. It's cool that they modified this so you can actually see what filters are part of each package. Before, you actually had to install the whole package and then go back in. Like I'm missing a package. Yeah, it's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to now quit. Hopefully the shaders get picked up. And they did. Sweet. Okay, so so you can see in Cataclysm Classic, I have a. Here, let's fix this because it's going to annoy me. Okay, so you can see. So this is the Cataclysm. You can go in and create a new character, and like I said, you've got on the Horde side, you've got the Goblin, the new race Goblin, and on the Alliance side, you have the new race, the Worgen, and you kind of customize the look of humanoid form and the Worgen form. And this is Whitemane. So if you aren't familiar with Whitemane Cataclysm, it's a private server. So this is the private server Whitemane. If you guys want to try out Cataclysm, if you've never played it. Yeah, so I've got one character. So if you go back, I've got a level 19 rogue here. Man, that logged in pretty fast, didn't it? And you can see there's people on the server. I don't know how many people, but a lot of people, when Season Discovery not only hurt hardcore, it also, it also hurt, Season Discovery also hurt private servers quite a bit, actually. But we can see here, the banks are a little bit different, laid out a little bit differently. I don't know if this is a Cata thing, or you got guild banks, and I don't know if this is the way it looked in Wrath. I can't remember. Yeah, you got the Worgen, and you can tell the lighting's different here. Let's get outside the city. You can see that the textures look different. Again, I don't remember how different this is from from Lich King. It feels like that it's different, because remember, they reworked all the zones, so the maps and stuff are going to be quite a bit different. Like if we go to, for example, here you can see that Thousand
I need a
Needles.
target.
Thousand Needles is underwater, so Thousand Needles is this is all water here in Thousand Needles, which obviously normally that wasn't the case before, you know. So that's one of the changes to the world. One of the other bigger changes is some of the zones here. I think I'm trying to remember which one. Burning Steps is no, not Burning Steps. I don't know. I don't even remember. It's honestly, it's been so long. Yeah, it is definitely more retailish. But not the character models aren't so much. The character models are still pretty good. Let's see. I mean, it is more like look this like here's the female character model, humans, and that's pretty much vanilla-ish, right? But now that we've installed this, oh, let's see if the mesh edges works. Nah, it doesn't. Too bad. I love the mesh edges. I love this filter. It's so cool looking, but it for some reason it doesn't work in WoW very well. So really kind of cool. Vibrance, Vignette. I think I'm missing a few. Might be missing a couple filters. All right. Curves is definitely yeah, the color's a little off. I like on this. Yeah, there, that looks a little better. A little cleaner.
Well met.
So yeah, that definitely looks better. And you can see here how the Stormwind's been attacked by Deathwing. Okay. Yeah, with the new era maps is totally different. Yeah. We got the rain. You can see the textures, the trees are different. So let's go back into here. I wish I had this character. Let's go ahead and take my, we can. Let's take this character to Elven, so like the beginning of Stormwind, and we'll kind of compare the difference between the two. I mean, there's going to be pros and cons for both. I mean, there's definitely a charm to the original vanilla. There really is, you know.
Great to meet you.
There's a big charm. It's not even a small one, you know. Like there's a lot of like things about the original game that are just feel really good. I will say the weather effects here look a lot more drastic, don't they? And look at the clouds, the sky. Look how dark and cloudy it looks. That looks really good. I don't know what add-ons I have. It looks like I don't have any add-ons installed at all. So I'd have to like... Hey, thanks, Maverick. I don't want to say she's doing good because she really isn't. Gladiators Guild. I don't even know what that is. But she's doing as best as can be. She's doing as best as can be expected, I guess, at this point. Thanks, Maverick. Appreciate it, man. So, but yeah, you can see it looks a lot different. But what I was gonna say, I mean, there's definitely a charm to vanilla. So I don't know what. I don't know what add-ons I have here. Like, I don't see any add-ons there. I don't even see like add-ons at all. I guess I have no add. I guess I have no add-ons installed. You know. Hey, Akahara, thank you for the subscription, man. I appreciate it. So I don't have any add-ons installed currently. It looks like on Kata, so which is fine. Maybe I'll look into setting a few up. That's weird that I logged out, logged back in, and okay, I was gonna say this looked like it wasn't raining, but it's still raining. Okay, so what I want to show you is the difference between vanilla and Cataclysm, right? So it's actually, strangely enough, it's raining in, well, not strangely enough, I guess, but it's raining in the vanilla client as well. So we'll go ahead and turn on the audio. Like playing vanilla, it's like just feels like home. When I get into vanilla, it feels like this is World of Warcraft, you know, and it feels like home. It feels very comfortable. It's very familiar, and I think that's why a lot of people like vanilla because it's got all the original quests that people are used to because those quests persist through Burning Crusade, through Wrath of the Lich King. But once you get to Cataclysm, all bets are off. Everything changes, and so even this has like, if you look at the night sky. Now, what I was talking about the rain is, look, it's raining here. Of course, there's still that stupid glitch. I can't believe they even have that in Classic. It's unbelievable to me that they haven't fixed that. But look at the difference. You know? So, obviously the weather engine's different. And the trees are different. See the trees? You know, they've modified the models for the trees. They look, I mean, look at this tree here. You know, look at the texture of the bark on the tree, and then, I mean, look at this tree. You can see the bark on the tree is much more detailed. And, you know, it looks better. But it's just weird. It's funny that the graphics that look so much better in Kata, it doesn't have that vanilla charm to it. It's so weird. It's such a weird thing. You would think that this would be better. You know, you just think that this would be better. But in a way, it almost isn't. It's so hard to, you know, you gave a break to the COD. Yeah, Season Discovery, I never liked it. I never liked it because I always, to me, like they should have came out with a World of Warcraft Classic Plus, which is what I think a lot of people want. Season Discovery is not Classic Plus. Season Discovery is a gimmick. It's just like a gimmicky type of. It's like, oh, we played like Ascension WoW, and we looked at how that worked, and then we looked at the talent system, and we just, you know, it's like we looked at Vanilla WoW and said, what can we do to make the classes in Vanilla WoW better in another version of Vanilla? But then let's throw another spin on it, like maybe Ascension WoW, and allow people to build like with some different abilities and stuff, and then let's gate it. And which I think the gating part of it was only done so that they had time to do more development, because I just don't think it was ready. So it's just a really jumbled, unbalanced, obviously not tested, not play tested. They never tried to balance the abilities across the classes for PvP. The PvP zone was a mess. The raids were, I guess, cool, but I mean, most people could max out the gear they wanted pretty quickly. So yeah, I didn't like Season Discovery at all. I thought it was a pretty weak effort. But yeah, so here's the like Cataclysm, and I think cattle leveling will be fun. I've got this. I am doing the Worgen. Like, if you've never played a Worgen, doing the Worgen like starting quest line is really cool, and it's actually pretty time consuming. I think I can get through it fairly quick now, but it's you know, there's a lot of stuff you have to do to go through the whole Worgen like timeline. So if we go in here, I don't have any add-ons, so it's kind of weird. I'm so used to playing with add-ons. If we were to create a new character. I just wanted to show you what the Worgen starting zone looks like. Probably going to be a cinematic here.
Orcish horde that sought to conquer all of Lordaeron. Gilneas survived, but in the chaotic years following the Second War, the mighty kingdom drew ever inward. Distrustful of their former allies, the Gilneans erected a mighty wall at the borders of their land, closing off their nation and their hearts from an ever-darkening world. Now, many years later, as the seemingly unstoppable undead scourge marches across Lordaeron, human civilization once again teeters on the brink of destruction. As war and terror close in all around them, the citizens of Gilneas are faced with one terrible truth. Their mighty wall cannot hold back the dead for much longer. And worse, rumors of a new threat have arisen within the kingdom's borders, of feral nightmare creatures that walk upright as men, but hunt and howl as wolves.
Man, look at this. Look at this starting gear for this character. It's actually really cool looking. I love the starting gear that they gave this character. I don't know why my key bindings aren't. My camera is not set up correctly, but yeah, there's a starting gear for this warrior, which is really cool looking actually. Even the weapons got kind of a cool look to it. So I love the starting. I like the starting. Well, first off, the city is really cool. You know, the city is really cool, but the starting quest line is pretty cool. You know, you definitely want to go through it and if you're interested in lore, read the quests. It's pretty cool. so. Anyways. Yeah, the Worgen starting. I think I like the Worgen a lot. I thought they were a pretty cool race and added to the game, and they're really. And the one thing that this guy keeps talking. He never shuts up. By the way, that guy right there, he doesn't shut up at all. So we can delete this character. I just wanted to show you what that kind of starting area looked like. But as a Worgen, they have. Let me go back into this character really quick. Let me get this guy, scroll back. Now I'm totally distracted, Sosa. But that's okay. What I was going to say is, like, the cool thing about the Worgen is they get the racial dark flight, which is really cool. I don't know if I have my other racial yet. Let's see. I'm so used to having the Guild Wars 2 UI, and I don't have that set up. I don't even know if there is a Guild Wars 2 UI for Classic. You know what? That's a good thing. We'll have to look that up, too. Because I'm so used to using Guild Wars 2 UI. So we got 2 forms. You got viciousness, so it increases your critical strike chance by 1%. You've got dark flight, which is like a sprint, which is really cool. Great for rogues. Great for, and then at level 20 you get running wild, which is basically like your mount. You go down on all fours and run on all fours, and it's kind of like a mount. Yeah, I think this is Maelstrom here. Let's log out. I think it's Maelstrom. Maelstrom PvP. And then the connection string is, I think when you download it, I think it's already configured, but you have to go into the WTF folder and open up the config.wtf, and this is basically the realm list is the login.gamefreedom.org, and then you'll have to obviously create an account on their site. I don't know exactly where on their site to create it, but you'll have to go there and create it. But yeah, that's the login. I think it may be configured already when you download the client for Whitemane. And I think you can just go to, let's see, how to play. Yeah, how to play, Maelstrom, and then right here you just create account. So it's pretty simple. Client. There's the, obviously download the full client, language, whatever, English. So pretty cool. Yeah, actually it's really easy. I mean, you just go to how to play, and it's all laid out right here. It's super, super, super easy. Yeah. So they actually have it configured, or they have it laid out on their website really well. But yeah, let's take a look at. Yeah, what I was saying is that I think for hunters and for rogues, I think the Worgen is a great class because you get that extra crit. Plus, I mean, it's just so nice on a rogue to be able to use the racial. This is the racial Worgen sprint, which is lasts 10 seconds and gives you 40%. But then right after that ends, right? Then you can go right into your rogue sprint, right? So you have almost back-to-back sprints. And then, and it's really, really good on hunters because, especially for hunters in PvP, because it gives you an extra mobility on your hunter in PvP, which is great because you're definitely going to be kiting and trying to keep your distance. That's what you do with a hunter. So I really like using Worgen on my hunters. Yeah, the town looks really different, doesn't it? Yeah. It looks more retailish. Well, the lighting's a lot different. If you look at the lighting on the buildings, there's a lot more light sources. If we go back to here. I'm kind of mad that I got sidetracked because I was looking forward to leveling the melee hunter a little bit, but I have been. This is not something I have not been thinking about. Once I found out that the Cataclysm beta was already out, plus just look at this. I mean, look how cool this looks at night. I do think that vanilla looks better. I mean, honestly, I like the way vanilla. There's certain things about Cataclysm that are going to look better, but in the old zones, I think that the vanilla actually looks better. So, I wish it was daytime here so we could see the difference, but it's not. But here it's just it's kind of gaudy. There's too many light sources. There's way too many light sources. See all the light bouncing underneath the roof here? You can see light sources hitting here. There's light hitting on the wall here. There's some shadows here, but some light here. There's some light. It's just there's way too many light sources. I don't know who came up with this. You see they made it so that these light sources are all having an effect, but it's just too much light. They really needed to tone this down big time. Notice how this light source, and I think that's part of the difference is that these lights look like they're not even casting any light. These lamps, I don't see them casting any light anywhere, but in here they are casting light for sure. You can see that there's light here, and you can also see it. Anywhere where one of these is at, there's light. Here you can see there's light hitting the wall here, and I don't know if this is actually an actual light source, but it feels like it is. But it doesn't seem to be affecting my character any, so maybe it isn't. I don't know. But yeah, I never really thought about the graphics of Cataclysm too much because I haven't played it in so long. But just looking at this right now, I'm like, oh, this is awful. I mean, this is just the way the light's being spread around these these art assets is just terrible. It's really bad. And that's probably part of the reason why, you know, that I don't like the graphics in CAD, at least in certain areas. Like I said, in certain areas. I'm sure in certain areas, I'm sure it looks really, really good. But again, the strength of CAD isn't that. And the other thing I was talking about, if we have the video up still here, I was talking about one of the things that I really missed about CAD was I actually liked the Tolbarad PvP zone.
Island by battling in the PvP area, which I haven't shown you yet.
So here's a video. Let's rewind this a little bit. Here's a video where he's walking through Tolbarad, or through like the PvP area zone.
85 zone, and the daily quests will be unlocked at level 85, which is why I imagine there is literally 84 to 85 zone, and the daily quests will be unlocked at...
Yeah, I want to show you the map. So here's Tolbarad, and I really like Tolbarad because it did have daily quests. The daily quests weren't difficult. You would just go in here, you would have to kill some mobs and do a few things. They were repeatable, and you would get Tolbarad marks, and with those Tolbarad marks, you could get, you know, gear and stuff, and it was good. It was nice, and there was also, it was really good. What was really cool is if you were like a herbalist, you know, or a miner, a lot of the resources that you would use for crafting are in this zone, throughout this zone pretty heavily. So a lot of crafters would be going into this PvP zone because they wanted to get ore and they wanted to get herbs. So there was always a lot of people in the open world PvP zone. So this is just, you know, so people going through here, you're going to get PvP, you're going to get killed. So there was always a lot of PvP. So if you like open world PvP, just for the sake of doing open world PvP, I thought Cataclysm had that. I thought it had that quite a bit because this zone isn't very big. This is a pretty small map, to be honest. And so, you know, my cursor represents almost the size of a character on this map. Maybe not, you know, not that big, but yeah. So it was really cool because there was a lot of PvP to be had here. And then this bridge here goes over into the area where the actual PvP event, the Tolbarad event, occurs. But I really liked it. I liked the fact that I could go here for gathering and stuff, and that I could do some daily quests. So basically, you had people coming here for daily quests, you had people coming here for the herbs and for the ore, and then you had people coming here for the Tolbarad event, which is I think maybe every hour or every 3 hours or something, I can't remember. And so there was always an influx of people coming in and out of this zone, which meant there was always a lot of active PvP.
At level 85, which is why I imagine there is literally nothing in terms of quest givers around here at the moment.
Yeah.
Right, let's talk about the mechanics of this place. So, this is going to be like the Isle of Quel'Danas, and you should remember that back from TVC. It's one of the big daily questing hubs they brought in. Most of your daily questing is going to be done on Tolbarad, but this time it's got a little bit of a twist to it. So, you're going to be battling for the control of this island by battling in the PvP area, which I haven't shown you yet, and you're going to see at the end of this video and in the next full battle video. If you take control of it, not only do you gain access to a raid dungeon along the lines of VOA, which on a personal note I despise in every possible respect, and I do hope they put in some proper bosses this time, because VOA was the worst raid content they have ever done. Ever.
I would say
Ever.
I would say that the raid boss was pretty easy in this one, so he probably wasn't too happy with it.
However, here's the real twist. If you have control of Tolbarad itself, the PvP area, then you are going to be able to get access to some better quests. So the daily quests that you can do are dependent on whether or not you have control of this PvP zone.
Yeah, you'll have more quests you can do.
As to where this area is situated, well, it's kind of difficult to tell precisely because you can't zoom the map out yet. You can only teleport here via the PvP queuing area, a fort, a keep, somewhat longer, and maybe...
And here's the actual Tolbarad. And Tolbarad is, the PvP event is the controlling of these three locations. And actually, that's another thing I liked about Tolbarad is the battles for these locations are actually really fun. The way they're laid out, there's good LOS points. So there's a lot of like moving in and out of the walls, and there's these vehicles that you can get in. And I'm not a big fan of vehicles in PvP, but in this particular instance, they're not too bad. There's some vehicles you can get in and drive around and do some, and use them to do some damage and stuff. And here's the towers. I think you want to take down these towers, and then I think you can flag these locations. I actually don't remember the whole logistics of it, but I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. There's also quests that you can do here, I think, in this zone as well, but I don't think you can do these quests unless you actually hold the zone, and to hold the zone, you have to win the PvP event. So I am very, like, for me, Cataclysm Classic, the biggest part that I'm excited about is this stuff, the PvP stuff. I think the leveling will be fun, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not really too super excited about the changes to the world. I don't really care for that much, and these graphics, I don't really care for these graphics that much. But this is just inside Stormwind, so I don't, this, like when we saw the graphics of the Gilneas starting area for the Worgen is really cool, and I think it looks fantastic. In fact, the Gilneas zone is really cool, and it's I think over here. I know that's Tolbrahad. Where's the Gilneas zone? I don't even know where it's at, to be honest. I have no idea where Gilneas is. So, best guild ever. But yeah, this lighting here is just, oh my god, it's so awful. I can't believe how bad this is. Even this flag looks bad. It's just so bad. I don't know who came up with this. Decided to change the lighting, but man, what a terrible job. They go from something that looks like this, which I think looks pretty good. I really, granted this is nighttime, but I think to this, it's just, ugh. Anyways, I did, what time is it? I can't play too much longer because I probably should get back to sleep, but but let's I don't know. There's a lot, like, if I'm gonna, one thing I would want to do if I'm gonna play on this server is I would like to set up some add-ons. So, and I don't know. I'm sure that they're gonna do. Let's see. I'm sure they're probably gonna have a Kata client, but I don't know if they have. They don't have it yet. See, they've only got WoW Retail. Yeah. Let me talk to the developer. So Glow's one of the. Oh, I don't. Is he still? Yeah, he's still here, but he's not listed as staff. But he's the developer who does a lot of the work for the Guild Wars 2 UI, and I'm sure they're already. I'm sure that they're already probably. I hope they're already developing the Guild Wars 2 UI for Cataclysm Classic, because that's the UI I like to use for WoW. So, no problem. It's not a big, like I said, this is something I've been thinking about. This, playing Cataclysm is something I've been thinking about doing, and mostly because, I am planning on playing Cataclysm Classic, definitely. But I do think it's a couple months off yet, which gives me a chance to finish leveling my melee hunter to 60, right? So for now, let's go ahead and and maybe get out of here. I don't want to spend. Yeah, let's get out of here right now. We'll worry about Cataclysm another day. Because I'm gonna want to set up my add-ons and stuff and get like a working, get the proper add-ons and stuff set up for it. I can't play without a few add-ons, so hopefully we can. I don't even know if, like, some of the add-ons that I'm really tied to, like mixed scrolling battle text and stuff. I don't know if those even work in Cataclysm, so that's going to be really. If I can't get those to work, that'll be unfortunate. It won't be the end of the world, but it'll be unfortunate. Yeah, see, I don't think this has. Yeah. But again, they did do Wrath of Lich King Classic for MSVT, so... And it was updated at the end of 2023, so I have high hopes that they'll do a version for Cataclysm Classic. Yeah, so... But I do think that the graphics in vanilla look better. At least in the old world zones. I'm sure in the new zones that they probably look really good in Kata. And I can tell you for a fact that like the Deep Home, and if you haven't seen that, so here let me show you. Oh yeah, let's listen to the Deep Home music, man. I liked Deep Home. Deep Home was one of the new zones.
Deep Home in World of Warcraft's Cataclysm.
So here's Deep Home. It's underground, and I really liked this zone. I don't know why. It's not a very big zone, but I always really liked it.
World of Warcraft's the Earth and Air. You're notified that WoW.
Yeah, you'll do this quest. Second. Just log out here because I don't want to die on my melee hunter.
While your concerns around Azeroth are warranted, there is a far greater threat within the elemental plane of Earth, and Thrall needs your help urgently. When Deathwing burst forth from Deep Home back into Azeroth, he ruptured the World Pillar, a Titan-made stone which kept the realm of Earth together. If not restored, Azeroth will collapse into Deep Home, and the two realms will tear each other apart. The pieces needed to reconstruct the World Pillar, however, have been lost, and while Thrallhold's essentially divided was originally shipped to the zone via, but that the thing is that the helpful gnome Millhouse Monostorm from Arcatraz in the Burning found a way only since Death.
And the bad part with this video is it's the camera's zoomed in too far. You can't really see the zone. So let's see if we can find a better. Find a better video.
Going in.
Yeah, like here's what Deep Home looks like. This is a little bit better because it's zoomed out. So it's underground, and like there's actually and it's cool because he's flying, which you can see. You know, I don't know. I like Deep Home. I thought Deep Home was kind of cool. So you really don't get a great look of it in these videos because these people's interfaces are taking up too much of the screen. So we're really going to try hard so that when we do play Cataclysm Classic, that we'll try to get my UI set up so that you guys can see. And one of the things I always do with my UI is I don't want to obscure. I don't want to obscure the game. I want you guys when you're watching the stream to be able to see the zones and see the world. And that's why I set up. That's one of the reasons why I set up my UI the way I do. It's because I like it, but I also know for streaming purposes, it's better for people viewing the stream. I'm trying to think what the other zones are, but yeah, Deep Home I always thought was kind of cool. And I remember when I first played Cataclysm Classic and I first went into Deep Home, there was they had the nodes, like the mining nodes were screwed up. And I don't know if this was on purpose. It was probably done this way by design, but they were on a super, super fast spawn timer. So if you mined a node, it would respawn almost instantly. So you could just mine like crazy. But yeah, but what I meant was I set up my UI like this so that you guys, when you can really see the screen. I mean, I'd even like to shrink my UI more than this, to be honest. But I try to make it so there's not a lot of stuff obscuring the viewing of the screen. But again, I think the vanilla look to me. Thanks, Sosa. But for me, I think the vanilla looks better. I do. I think the graphics of vanilla still look better. I don't know why. It just has a charm to it. everything feels like was designed at the same time, and I don't know. I like it so. But I am looking forward to Cataclysm Classic for the PvP and for some of the new dungeons. Some of the new dungeons are actually, like I said, they're pretty cool and they're pretty challenging. Actually, not pretty challenging. They're actually very challenging. Okay, well, I am just going to... I'm trying to decide whether I want to go back to sleep. I'm probably gonna... I don't know, man. I don't know. I was gonna go to the office today, but my wife had a heart attack on Friday. She's been in bed most of the day today, and she had another scare today where it felt like she was having another heart attack. So it was super scary, and I just don't know if I can go to the office tomorrow. I mean her mom was going to come over and like kind of watch her, you know, like while I was in the office, but I don't know. I don't even know if I can do that. So I may try to work from home tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, it's been pretty rough. Thanks, Sosa. Yeah, I mean the graphics in Burning Crusade were good. The graphics in Wrath of the Lich King were good, but then once they got into CAD and later versions, it's like, I don't know, I just felt like it went downhill or something, you know? I mean, I'm not okay, to be honest. I'm not okay. But I'm just trying not to think about it, so. Yeah, yeah, my wife has a cardiovascular disease, and unfortunately, doesn't look like there's much we can do. We're trying different things, but yeah, she's got some sort of weird elevated levels of some sort of protein that they have no cure for. So appreciate it, Sosa. Thank you. If you guys want to donate millions of dollars to me, that would help. We could just buy a nice house in Tennessee, and so if anybody in the stream's a billionaire, you know, send me some money. I'm just trying to bring a little bit of levity to the situation. Man, you see these streamers, right? Like Asmongold, these people that get all this money, you know, like people are throwing money at these guys, and they don't even need money, at least not at this point. I actually really could use the money. Because, you know, here me and my wife are just living in an apartment, and I would love to be able to get her. I mean, the one thing that would make her happy is to get her into a really nice house, and so she'd be more comfortable. But back to World of Warcraft, the one thing that's nice about this particular weapon that you get from the quest line in the Wetlands is it's really slow. I mean, this is a 3.8 attack speed, so it's actually, it's one of the best weapons you can get early level for a melee hunter if you want to go with the two-hand route, which I think is another reason why going the path that I'm going for the hit rating could be pretty useful, because you don't want to miss. You know, you don't really want to miss with these slow weapons because it's very punishing. But you can see, like, you know, critting for 200. So the kill times with this weapon, as long as you're not missing, there I missed, is going to be pretty quick. Oh, and also we did get Immolation Trap rank 2, so take a look at now that we got rank 2. Let's see how much damage my trap does by itself. It's probably pretty significant. So I'm just going to bring this guy back. And watch how much damage my trap does. You know, it's doing 56 damage a tick, which is pretty strong. Like, my trap alone is probably going to take like 80% of this guy's health. Yeah, so it took... I don't have a percentage up, unfortunately. Wow, that percentage is wrong. Huh, that's kind of bad. Normally that percentage is accurate. Not sure why wonder if it's not taking into trap damage. Let's see. Yeah, you can... Yeah, that percentage is all wonky. Thanks, Sosa. Appreciate it. Yeah. To be honest, it's been rough. It's been real rough. And I almost thought I was going to have to take her to the emergency room yesterday. And I was going to go. I mean, right now, I don't feel like I'm going to go to the office today. I just don't think I can do it. I don't feel comfortable leaving her. Even if her mom's here, I don't feel comfortable, like being... I don't feel comfortable being away from her. Yeah. But you know what I may do is I may go into the office because I have a big meeting, and I may go in the office just for the meeting, and then after the meeting I'll come home. That might be a better option. Spider legs. I've almost literally out leveled these quests. I've really... One thing that's really interesting is when I leveled this melee hunter, I used my alternate path. I have two different paths of leveling a melee hunter from 1 to 10, because 1 to 10 is really brutal. And one is I just stay in the Night Elf zone until I reach level 10, get my pet, and I'm go about my business. The other one is I leave the Night Elf zone at level 7,
Lovely.
go swim all the way to Westfall, go all the way to the Stormwind starting area for Stormwind characters, and do the starting Stormwind quest, and then I go to Ironforge and I do the starting Dwarf quests. And that actually puts me, even though those quests don't really give you that much experience, it actually puts me further down the path. It kind of creates this chain reaction, such that right now, doing all the normal quests that I do, I'm level 26, where normally I would probably be more along the lines of level 24. So it puts me about 2 levels ahead of where I normally would be. So it's I actually kind of like it. Yeah, you can see there, 226 damage, and I just crushing these mobs with this staff hits so hard. And it's only skill 114. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, so it's only 114 out of 130, so it's still nowhere near max skill level yet.
Lovely.
242 damage. And I remember on my melee hunter that I leveled to 60 on the original, the add-in, the Cargos kind of hardcore. I used this staff on that character for a long time. I think I used it all the way to 35 or something. So I do think this staff is a really, really good weapon. Now, if you get a really good main hand weapon, like a blue, maybe the Scarlet Monastery quest chain blue, you could probably dual wield, but until you get a really good main hand blue, stabs are going to be pretty good. But yeah, I'll definitely I'll set up the Cataclysm Playa with some add-ons, but I think hopefully we're going to see a big change in the add-ons that are available over the next 3 months for Cataclysm, because developers are going to start creating those Cataclysm add-ons. They're probably working on them right now since the beta is already out for Cataclysm Classic, and hopefully so both the add-ons I use right now for Cataclysm Classic probably won't be anything like the ones I use when Cataclysm Classic releases. I'm not even going to bother dropping traps. He says not even worth it on these low-level mobs.
Lovely.
It's funny, the weather system's changed a lot in World of Warcraft. Like the rain, I thought the rain in Cataclysm looked better than the rain in Vanilla. But I know for a fact that the rain in, like, Dragonflight looks worse. It's like, I don't know how you can go from the rain here to the rain that's better in Cata all the way to Dragonflight, and the rain actually gets worse. So that was just kind of weird.
Lovely. 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 Lovely.
If. See ya.
How are you? Safe travels. Hello.
Oh, it's Lupos. Shit. I don't like killing Lupos because he's a Alright, so we're gonna have to run across to reset all these guys. You too, man. You too, man. Lupo's kind of snuck up on me there. I wonder if I should tame Lupos. Might as well. I don't usually get a chance to grab him very often. What is he, level 23? We'll have to lose Hopper though. I think I'm gonna try to clear Lupos and tame him. Be kind of fun to have Lupos, I think. Right there, so we're just gonna clear to him. They really surrounded him with like a ton of mobs. There's like so many wolves around him. No, we got an... No. Ah. Right, better than mine. Is it 3 agility, 3 strength? Alright, we're going to get rid of Hopper, which I hate to get rid of Hopper, but we're going to get rid of Hopper. Dismiss, abandon. You've been a good boy, Hopper. I haven't tamed Lupos in a while, so it'd be kind of cool to have Lupos as a pet. Not my favorite skin, but it is more of a rare skin at this level. There aren't too many white wolves that look like this. I'm trying to think if there are any white wolves that look like this. Actually, I was gonna say he looked like he was happy. I'm like, he can't be happy. Let's see what he... What's his attack speed?
Lovely.
Okay, he's attack speed 2. He knows bite 3. So he's 2.0 attack speed. So let's compare him to my favorite. Okay, Coyote Pack Leader, which is also 2.0 attack speed. Okay, so really there's no difference. Okay, so really there's no difference between this one and the one I had. He's just a unique skin. Okay, just kind of cool. Just need to get him leveled up.
Lovely. 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 Lovely.
Good day to you. Have a good one.
Lovely. 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 Lovely.
Snowflakes are falling in a row. Torrents and Mogo are all dressed like gnomes. From berries to
Lovely.
elvens to silver pine, there's just one thing on our minds. With every zone, with every quest, I hope you'll make it with no deaths. 'Cause it won't feel like Christmas without fresh. Buffing each other with mistletoe. Gingerbread cookies,
Lovely.
milk that's ice cold.
Lovely.
And Stormwind is covered in Christmas lights. This is the game of our time. And every zone is packed with players all dinging. Just watching all that old vanilla it's singing. Azeroth is filled with holiday cheer. Christmas in Westfall this year. With every zone, with every quest, I hope you'll make it with no deaths. 'Cause it won't feel like Christmas without fresh. With every zone, with every quest, I hope you'll make it with no
Lovely. 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 Lovely.
A 51 DPS. Interesting.
Looking for something specific?
See you around.
What can I do for you? See you around.
Well met. King's honor, friend. Light bless you.
What can I do for you? For the Alliance, go with honor, friend.
King's honor, friend. I buy and trade. Be careful.
Alright, I think I'm going to bed. Oh. I may look at picking up a raptor pet for my next pet. I'll catch you guys